Keep my head up on the pounds, couldn't count you. That's why I need my bread up. I told everyone to cut her up. Want me seen with her. She said I'm a slut, don't give a fuck. I agree with her. Travel around the world, yo. Me wanna storm, man. Made me wanna come up right now. Come here, homicide. Treat you like a homicide. Treat you like your mama wife. Fuck you like a slug. Girl, so figure about it overnight. The street from the lights. You didn't even seem to count. I'm good for a fact. I took you shopping, you was talking and shoes in your size. I kept it real with you, cause I thought you wouldn't mind. Baby, if I need it, I'll save you the stress. I don't wanna see you in my life, baby. I'm taking back to the side, let me pay my respect. First up on, let's restore to the day that we met. You know, so it's time to keep my head up, I couldn't count you, that's why I need my friend up. That's what everyone cut her up, on me seeing with her. She said I'm a slut, I know.
Some brother, I just can't imagine not seeing my child for 4 years and knowing that.
It makes sense. It's there. I can engage it. And then once it gets to a profit objective, stop, turn the computer off, and go do something else. That's what I have in mind for the new developing, recently profitable student with this mentorship. But you now have a problem, don't you? You want to do more. You want to do more. You want to trade more, just like I started thinking, well, I'm doing one contract. And I was trying to make $1,000 a month to save so I could retire at 40. I was willing to put those 20 years in. But then I realized that, wow, I could do $1,000 a week with no real effort. This is a lot easier than I thought it was. Now, don't let me mislead you, folks. This is the 20-year-old that was getting lucky. I started thinking to myself, wow, I could do this every week. And then it became, well, I could day trade the bonds. I'll look at the divergence between the 5, 10, and 30 year. And when they're diverging and I have a bias that's bullish, I know I can go in and buy it. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Then I started making $1,000 a day. So I'm 20 years old and I'm looking around at my friends and they're working, like one guy's working at a gas station, another guy, he's working at a meat market where he's cutting up meats and such. And they're doing okay, I guess, for our age bracket. And I'm doing $1,000 a day in less than 45 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I can do a lot more if I started trading more contracts. Because making $1,000 a month, that really just didn't do it for me. Once I started doing it consistently, I was like, it's too easy. I need more, like anybody else. So I went in and started trading more contracts and then realized $17,000 a week, that jobs are now obsolete and stupid to me. I mean, why would I want to work when I can do this? So I started trading even more. I didn't have a direction as to where I wanted to go. Now let's contrast that with how I started. November 5th, 1992. Thursday evening at 9 o'clock in my aunt's family room, I cracked open that lame book by Ken Roberts. And that's not to be disrespectful, but I thought that I had figured it all out. That simple little book was going to do it for me. All it did was give me the fire to start doing it. But I had a direction. I had a goal. What was the goal? If I could make $1,000 a month and save that, by the time I'm 40, I'll have $1 million. And honestly, I didn't understand the effects of inflation. I didn't think about all those things. I just wanted to have $1 million because back then, $1 million, that was really something. $1 million is nothing now. Homes cost that now, and they're not even really worth it. Period. Okay. A lot of people out there on social media saying, I got $1 million house. No, you have a house that's overpriced. Okay. And the home that I purchased that I'm speaking to you in right now, I paid $638,000 for. Is it worth it? No. They're saying I could get $750 for it now. Is it worth it? No. So $1 million is not a lot of money. But in the beginning, when I sat down that Thursday evening at 9 o'clock, at the completion of reading that book, because I read it from cover to cover, I couldn't put it down. Before I went to bed, I had pen and paper out and a calculator crazy, clicking the buttons. Okay, if I do this, if I do that, you know what I'm talking. I mean, you've done it too. You're sitting in your job, you're sitting there bored. Over the weekend, you can't wait to start trading. Okay, if I go in, I get 10 pips this day. I get 10 more pips over here. And you know, you know, you're nodding your head, you're smiling, you're laughing. You know exactly what it is. Your calculator crazy. Okay. But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But as soon as you start saying, I want to make millions and millions of dollars in your first year, that's stupid. But what I was doing was I was coming up with a way where if I just did the lowest objective and say with losing trades, and I eke out a net gain of $250 a week, that's $1,000 a month. That's obviously taking an effect for taxation and commissions. So I was preparing myself to have adversity. I was preparing myself to be imperfect. And I had structure to what I was doing, why I was trading. I'm trying to eke out a net gain after all costs and taxation of $250 a week. Now, there's an average of 4.3 weeks per month. Not every month has just 4 weeks. Some of them have 5. But I did the math simply on 4 weeks and $250 a week. So that would give me my $1,000. And I was going to stick to that. I was going to work a job. I don't care. As in, when I'm turning 40, I'm not going to be working for the man. I'm not going to be doing those things everybody else does. The structure of me doing that, once I started making money, I abandoned it. So in other words, when you have a vision, you have a plan for your future, it's best to obviously write it down. Write it down so that way it's codified and you know this is what you're aiming for. Something strange happens. There's a metamorphosis that occurs when you start making consistent money. Everything goes out the window. It's like casino time. You lose all aspirations for being structured about everything you're doing. You're just saying, well, let's just see what happens if I do this many contracts and I try to hold for this much. Something's changed, not for the better.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I hope everybody is ready for today because I am. All right, all right. Let's get it. It's your boy Suave Flex, man, with the Splash Brothers with another Sunday Outlook call. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining this call today because y'all literally could be doing anything, playing Call of Duty because that's what I love to do, or you could be doing something else, but you're here right now learning exactly how the market's going to react throughout the week, okay? Again, we are with the Splash Brothers. I got my brother Joe, my brother Bodie here. Again, we are here to educate you on how the market will possibly react. We can never predict anything, okay? And I do have a disclaimer here. The information shared in this group is for educational and informational purposes only. We are not financial advisors, okay? And we do not provide personalized investment, trading, or financial advice. Any decisions you make regarding your Forex trading or investments are solely your responsibility, okay? We do not manage funds or act as account managers. Trading Forex involves significant risk, and you should only trade with money you can afford to lose. Always conduct your own research and consult with a licensed financial professional before making any trading decisions, baby. Let's get it again. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining this call today. It's going to be pretty quick. We see a lot of movement that happened with gold last week, y'all. And, it was very interesting, very exciting. I know my brothers caught some pips last week. They caught all these cells right here, the whole cell. All right. Some people got wiped out, some people made it. Okay. Now, what we're looking for is a lot right now because it's Sunday, guys. This is an outlook call. Okay. This is an outlook call in regards to how the market will possibly react. Okay. And we see where gold's at right now. I mean, shoot, it touched 29.75. Okay. And the market has 49 minutes till the next 4 hour closes. Okay. So we could see the potential that it has right now. Okay. And it's very easy to catch this. I'm going to mark this up pretty quick because, boom, next 4 hour candle is about to open in the next 49 minutes. Okay. 49 minutes. And we'll see what exactly will happen. Okay. We do not trade Sundays. Okay. There is options to trade, but you got to be very, very careful. It's very risky on Sundays. Okay, please, you got to just watch out what you're doing. Don't over leverage here because the market could wipe you out, and then you're sitting there thinking about, dang, what could have, should have happened, right? Okay, so very quick, very easy. Me personally, okay, this is my idea, market idea, okay. I see a potential sell. Okay. I know my brother Joe would talk about like how gold and Bitcoin kind of correlate together, which is very true. It could they can very correlate together somehow. Obviously, Bitcoin is going against the U.S. dollar, but we're not here to talk about Bitcoin. Okay, guys, we're here to talk about gold and how it's moving right now. All right, and if you don't know this now, all right, we know that we have these orange lines. These are going to be our quarter levels. Okay, then you see some of these black boxes. These are key levels. We call them gold zones, okay? Golden zones, all right? That's what my brother Joe likes to call them, golden zones. Zones that we see that could either potentially be a retest and go back up or be a potential breakthrough and go down, okay? So you can see a couple black boxes here, all right? We're on the 4-hour chart, guys. We're on the 4-hour chart. Just again, looking at what could possibly happen in this market, okay? Now, this is my idea already. I'm gonna just mark it up like that. That's what I see potentially happening. Okay. Again, it's Sunday. Anything can happen on Sunday. This thing could just consolidate all day right here and then finally make that move, either up or down. We don't know. Okay. We can only predict what the market could possibly do. Okay. We don't know where the market is going at all. Okay. Now, if we look left to right, okay, these are old markups that I had, and luckily Yawanda came back, or is it Yawanda? How do you say it? Awanda? Awanda, sorry, Yawanda. You have Awanda, basically they wiped out the market. I think it was Friday night. We were all tripping, kind of seeing what was going on with that. And it was funny because we were all like, "Yo, what happened to our markups?" But I'm glad it came back because now I get to see exactly where that good support is. And I was telling my brothers here, you know, with the market and how it looks here. I'm gonna close this out. With the market and how it looks here, you could see that this area was a good support. 2950, great support area. Okay. And then right there, you see, even right here on this side, if we bring this black box over here, you can see that it broke through that support or through that resistance. Sorry. It broke through that resistance and it finally gave us the jump that we wanted all the way to what, 21 or 31 60. Okay. That was a big, big buy. Okay. I remember being right here at 3019, 3017 right here and catching the buy. Made a great amount of pips there. Okay. But if we're looking left to right, this is the potential idea that I see. Okay. All this area is great support right now. And we could see something happen right here. We could see consolidation and then boom, and then back up. Okay. And that's what we kind of want to see. All right. That's what I would like to see. All right. This is going to be a quick markup, quick market outlook. Okay. And if you are in the Splash Brothers Discord, you'll be able to see in our XAU USD chat about all the trades that we are sending. Tomorrow, we will be up at 4 a.m. Okay. Handing out market ideas. Okay. If you are in our XAU USD chat, you will be able to grasp on those. Okay. And if you're not in that chat, please reach out to one of the Splash Brothers here, either Joe or Bodie. Okay. And they'll actually get in touch with you on how you can actually enter the chat. Okay. Now, again, this is my market idea. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. It's Sunday, y'all. We're not looking for anything crazy on a Sunday. Okay. Because the market just shot up almost 750 pips and then just went down another 250. Okay. So again, the market could react very differently on Sundays. Monday is even another day that we don't, like to, we don't really like to trade on Mondays. We like to look at the market Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and really see, and Friday, potential Fridays. You always see a lot of news happening, but typically if you're in our XAU USD chat, you will receive Monday through Friday. Okay. But Tuesday through Thursday is some of the real movement that we like to see. Okay. But 4 a.m. tomorrow, y'all. Again, this is going to be a quick Splash Brothers Outlook Sunday call. All right. I hope everybody is really, really staying focused, really using the proper risk management that you have. Okay. Because nobody likes to lose. We're all winners here. Okay. And if you need help, reach out. Okay, there's no hesitation to reaching out to one of the chat brothers here. All right, and not only that, even your peers that are in the chat as well. Okay, but again, this is my market outlook. Very short, very simple. Okay, I'm looking for a great. If we do see it, that'd be pretty cool because again, this is a market outlook. 2950 could be a potential support and then shoot up. Okay. But if we go from 4 hour all the way to the 1 hour, all right, this is stuff that Joe likes to talk about. Okay. This is great right here. If we go to the shorter time frames, we can see that if we see a break and close over this 30-25, I could see a potential another 250 pips going up, just touching that, and it can consolidate right here. Again, this is a market outlook. It's Sunday, y'all. We don't know what's going to happen. In about approximately 43 minutes, you'll see that London session will happen. Okay. We could see, and this is what I like to do. I like to see what London session typically does because the first 2 days, it's going to give you the movement. That third day, Tuesday, you're going to see the real London session movement and exactly what's going to happen because that's when the actual banks are open. News is coming out Monday, Tuesday. You'll see news come out Wednesday, Thursday, more news, and then you'll really see what exactly is going on because London session obviously is in a whole nother country. Okay, they're in Europe. All right, so it's different time zones, different things are happening around the world. Okay, and obviously we see a lot of different things happening. Okay, especially with these tariffs going on. I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just focused on how we can help you basically maximize your income on day trading. Okay. How can we do that? And that's what this right here, understanding the quarter levels, understanding key levels, understanding the structure, understanding the trend and how the market's really moving. Okay. And if I'm being honest, I only see uptrends for gold right now, but we like to catch the shorts. Okay. But we really want to see the big buys. Okay. So again, this is your bro, this is your boy Suave Flex, okay, with the Splash Brothers. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining the chat. If you have questions, please ask now. If not, go ahead and ask in the chat, and we will be.
CJ, my boy, let me tell Bodie, is Bodie still on here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Bodie, show yourself, fool. You gotta take this shit serious.
He ain't lying.
We can't hear you.
Hey, you want me to show you I'm gonna take a shit, dog? What the fuck?
No, it's
I
because
just
you're
got the
me.
camera on. I just turned it up because I got a shed, dog.
No, you gotta take this shit serious. Remember his video?
We live on TikTok, y'all. I appreciate each and everybody that's here on my TikTok as well. Let me go ahead and flip this camera, y'all, so you guys can see that I'm a real guy. All right.
Let me
One of
let me
y'all.
tell Bodie something though. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Okay, so right there, can you go to the 4 hour, CJ? All right, so last week, you're new to watching it this way, Bodie, how we approach it. Up until that, look, CJ, go up with your cursor exactly where you're at. Go up, up to the left, that green candle, the big one. Up until there, right? I caught a buy off of there and we thought it could be support. It was support for the 4 hour, but then it turned into a sell off. And look how that's where trend changed right there on the hour, 4 hour, it doesn't matter. Trend changed right there. And once it passed below that key level, then you have to consider sales all the way. And it kept selling off, it kept selling off. So now we have a change of direction. So now trend is our friend, and we don't need to be looking for buys right now. Can you get lucky with one? Yes, but more often than not, there's going to be more sales provided until that trend is broken on the 4 hour. So you can mark up your trend, CJ, and once that's broken on the 4 hour and it's past the quarter level, then we can start looking for big sell-offs that we know are going to be potential buys. You know what I mean? Because when you look at Friday and everything, there was a lot of accumulation on the buy up, but then whatever when the sales happened, it just tanked. And like you said, 750 pips today shooting up. I caught the sale down and caught 100 pips, but you said it went 250. So it's like it's moving crazy. But I caught the sale today and caught 100 pips because I knew this is I didn't go in with buy bias. I had to change my mindset. So this week I have sales in mind. I'm looking for it to buy back up. Um,
You know what I mean? It could buy back up to where that last wick is to the left on the 4 hour, that big candle I told you to go to, the cursor. Maybe up there really quick, and then it could sell off heavy.
Right here, this area.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it could happen. You know what I mean? But I'm looking for dramatic buys up on the 30 minute and 1 hour candles, so that way I could see what do we see a lot of times, CJ. We see a lot of the tweezer candles. The where there's a big long green one and then there's a long red one to match it.
Yep, yep. Here, we could even possibly find that too here with the big candles.
Well, you got to go to 1 hour to really find
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 1 hour because you'll see the big.
Yeah.
You're right.
Even right there, I see an engulfing setup. I see a couple.
Where? Right here.
Just look to the right. To the right. Right there. Look at the bottom. If you go to 30 minutes, I'm sure there's a little tweezer set.
Here, I'm gonna mark that up right there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to 30 minute. Boom. Broke the key level, stayed above it, and then just continued this that golden
So
zone that we have.
the left took 2 15 minutes, but we know what that is. That means it consecutively, even though there's a zigzag, it dropped down and it shot back up. On the 1 hour though, it'll do that, and or like let's say 15 minutes. Let me see. Go to 15 minutes.
Yep. Look at that.
And then look to the right. Look at those ones. The next low. Look, the next, yep, right there, the higher low.
Boom, 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 boom.
No, the higher low.
Higher low is over here.
No, well, I mean, the real higher low is way more to the right at the quarter level.
Right here.
Yeah. Based off structure. You feel me? That other one, that's
Okay,
like
I
five
see it.
1 minute structure.
Okay, I
We're
feel it.
looking at the hour structure, the big picture. You feel me? So that tweezer, go to the right. That like tweezer setup, go to the right, CJ. The one that I just told you about.
This
To
one.
the right. No, to the right.
Oh shit! Sorry, my fault. I'm
You're
tripping.
good. That one. That one. That's the type of shit where you want to get entries, where it sold off dramatically to look at how the quarter level just tapped it over there too to the left. The one you marked up. Look how they both tapped it like a yin yang. We
Boom.
want to see dramatic sell offs with the buy bias in mind. When it does a big sell off like that, a whole 250 pips, we're not necessarily thinking, oh, it's downtrend now. No, you want to see what is consistently holding over long periods of time with the 4 hour. So right now that the downtrend is we determined that it's a downtrend this week, keep downtrend in mind. Don't even if whatever you hit your stop loss, make sure you're risk managing so that way it doesn't affect you. But the idea is you want to roll with your trend, and this is a good week because last week there was questionable days on what the trend was. This is a good week for you guys or anyone watching to make that shift on the buy to sell bias and rock with the trend. The trend is your friend. So that way, Bodie, you know how to enter off of the key levels and you're looking for sales and you're keeping tight stop losses. Big or tight, whatever, consider your lots and your risk management, but you should be looking for sales until it proves otherwise. But that's all I wanted to share.
Bad. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but look at all those quarter levels, how quick it gets out of there.
But even this one, look, boom, touch,
Yeah.
sell off, and then just took off right here.
Yeah.
So that's fire. I like. Okay, that you just gave me a different eye right there.
Yeah.
Fire.
That's why I wanted to share it with you too, because this is how, like, the over time, I used to get fucked up thinking, oh, this is a better buy and this is a better buy. This is a better buy because it keeps selling off, and trying to keep the wrong bias in mind will fuck you up, will mess you up. Excuse my language, will mess you up. But you know what I mean? Just when gold shows you that it's not buying anymore, believe it. When it shows you that it's not selling anymore, believe it. Because a lot of times the train's gonna leave those big positions, and it's gonna be because you were stubborn and went against and thought, oh, this is a better buy, or oh, this is gonna be the best sale. You know what I mean? And we react to the market. You feel me? So
Let me try to
that's
see.
it.
These are the same ones that I just marked right here too, on the 4 hour or on the.
If you could share my screen, I could show you real quick.
Yeah, I'll give you control. There you go. You're a host now.
All right, look, this is something, you know what I mean? These sales,
Here, I'm gonna unshare my screen. Good to go.
these sales. You see, right here, when it did the upside down hammer at our quarter level, CJ, that's an upside down
I can't see your
hammer. It's
screen.
just
I can't see
green.
your screen.
What happened?
I can't see your screen.
Oh, my bad. Um, what do I have to do?
Share screen. I think you just press the zoom and then it'll say share screen. There you go.
Oh, well, I mean, I started video. Will it let me share screen now?
Yeah.
How do I share it?
You don't see the share button in the bottom? Right there? I made you host, so you should be able to see it.
Oh, okay, okay. My bad. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Okay. Look. And why? Because when we go to the 4 hour, bro, like there's no reason to stay stubborn. When we go to the 4 hour, it's clearly downtrend. It's clearly downtrend. You know, from both taps, it's just creating downtrend structure. So can it come up? Look, look at this was one support, right? Can it come up?
Take me off your camera, bro. Slide the camera.
Oh, my bad.
I can see me. My camera's blocking you. Or yeah, there we go. Slide it to the right. Slide it to the right. There you go. There you go. Like that. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So look, we brought this support over. Look, guys, we brought this support over this golden zone, and now, like CJ's saying, he's not wrong. It could potentially buy up. He's not wrong. We see this shit play out all the time. It could do whatever it wants. It's Sunday. It could do this bop off of that key level, which this is a key level right here. This candle, because it formed a small structure in the lower time frame, right? Come right here, and then right there, right here, double top, boom, sell off. Boom, sell off. Boom, goes the dynamite. That's what I want to see. I want to see it climb up and give me a better sale off of this previous support. You feel me? And it might go higher because look how high this wick is. And look at the wick over here. Look at this wick over here, guys. This wick, there's a sweet spot there. So it wants to hit 30.56. And then I'm looking for a sale idea. If it gets that high, I'm going to feel more confident about going in on my sale. So trust the trend. You know what I mean? And then uh this shit will still make sense if you drag it over there. It's still downtrend. So trust the trend is your friend. And until proven otherwise, once it breaks above and closes up, then you could go in for the sales the next session or the next setup that is provided. That's it.
Yes, sir. All right. Anybody got any questions? No, we're good. Gucci, right? All right. Again, I appreciate each and everybody for joining the call. All right, Stephanie, I know you joined a little bit late, that's fine. Just let us know if you need help with anything. We're going to be sending out trades tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. If you're not in the chat, please reach out to me. I think I had one of my DK Chris, my guy, yes, sir. That guy just me, the Lions Den. You're follow my guy right there, everybody. Follow my guy. He got the Lions Den for sure. But I appreciate everybody on TikTok. I appreciate everybody on our Discord.